there, I had a life experience about 2.5 years ago where I died, which is another story for another day. But I actually died. My wife started CPR, and ambulance came and took me to the hospital. They told her I wasn't going to make it. Freak accident a few weeks before, or a few days before, I was here in the burn unit for a day and blew up a condo. Breathed in too much propane, irritated my lungs. Then they believe because a year later when they did a stress test, there's nothing wrong with my heart. So it was just a freak accident. But after you die and you lose your memory for 4 or 5 days, you sit there and you say, okay, there's a reason I'm here. And I'm like, God left me here, and there's something. And then I started looking for that something. Talked to another gentleman that's a coach to the Keller Williams system, which I am part of the Keller Williams system at the lake. And that's when I went online and I found the Maxwell Group, which was the most astonishing thing for me. It's changed my life. It's given me the opportunity to come be able to be in front of people like you, to be able to meet people like Angela. I've met people all over the world, and it's truly changed my life. I always have tried to help people. I've always been trying to coach people and train people, but this has given me the materials, probably the confidence, and many other things that I was looking for. And I'm so proud to say that I'm part of the John Maxwell team and that we can truly help people. John Maxwell, in his 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, his #1 law is the law of the lid. And for leaders, I tell people, I do mastermind groups, as they talked about, and I tell people, we're all leaders. If we're a leader of one, if we're a leader of our family, if we're a leader of 3 people in a team, or 10,000 people in a company, it's still leadership. And John talks about raising your lid. But the most important thing I get out of that is he says you have to raise your lid. If you're a 5, you have to go to a 6, to a 7, try to get to a 10. But the idea of that, the significance part of that, is when you raise your lid, to make sure that you bring everybody up with you. Because when you bring everybody up on your team with you, as you raise your lid, you raise their lid. And what more could you do for your team, for your company, for your life, than have everyone come up and do better and live a significant life? Because I've been fortunate. I get another chance, and that's what I chose to do. And I am so proud to be able to stand here and tell you that. And I'm just very fortunate that I prayed to God to figure out what to do and found Angela. And I always tell people God puts many doors and many paths in front of you. And I've been taught, fortunately, from very young, to always look in the doors and always walk down the path. Sometimes I had to turn around and run the other way real fast. Sometimes I didn't run fast enough and had to figure out how to get back over the other way. But that's part of growing. That's part of learning. As John talks, failing forward, as Angela mentioned. You learn by mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, then that means you're perfect. And I want somebody in this room to raise their hand that's perfect. It's not me. Far from it. Ask my wife. She's sitting back there. And I'm very fortunate that she supports me and here with me. And again, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining us today. And please let your people know that we are more than willing to come and help. That's what we were in the room, as John said at the training in August, when he spoke last and talked about his new book and talked about a significant life. And he goes, you are in the room. Well, we were in the room, and it was one of the most moving things I ever saw and was proud to be part of. So we are more than happy to come to any of your businesses, any places of work, tell your people at work, if it's your bosses or your superiors or the people that need to hear it, that we are happy to come and listen to what you need. We can tailor many programs for what you need to help your people, to help raise their lid, and to bring them up and live a significant life. Thank you.